This week's videos are sponsored by Prize Picks, the easy-to-use fantasy sports betting app. More on them in just a bit.
Subjects of the Reject Empire. It is us. We are the Geek Jecks plus John today. That's
we got
right.
a new member.
In fact, we wanted to have Tara here as well because she and Andrew just watched Dune Part 2 on the channel. She unfortunately was not able to make it, but we Dune miss her greatly. Puns! You're stuck with the three of us at the very least.
Sorry.
I'm glad to be an honorary Geek Jacked gang.
Welcome to the club.
I appreciate you very much. Guys, we are going to watch The Hidden Hand, episode 1 of HBO Max's Dune Prophecy, spinning off from Denis Villeneuve's beloved motion pictures. Coitus, are you excited?
Dune, yes.
Dune, and Drune. Are you?
Excited.
Oh, he used the voice. I will use the voice to compel you to leave a like on the video.
Hey.
Also, subscribe and click the notification bell so you can be notified whenever a Dune Prophecy episode comes your way here on the channel. Big thanks to the team over at Prepper for chopping these highlights down. They are the MVPs, and we appreciate their help mightily. They're the Bene Gesserit sculpting the channel over generations. Also, if you want to get the full-length experience, see everything that doesn't make these reaction highlights, come on over to patreon.com/TheRealRejects HBO Max account and get the full experience alongside us. See our resting watching faces, all the nonsense, all that good stuff. And if you can't afford to support over there, that's totally cool. We got social media content going up all the time. Greg and Roxy, for free, are putting up those hot, tasty morsels for you to enjoy. And
Unique to socials, brand new, all new stuff, not just copy and paste, and they're using new stuff.
True that, and featuring all of us. So if you don't get enough here, you will get enough over there. So I think that's all the housekeeping. Geek Checks, are you ready?
Ready.
Bad boys, what you gonna do?
Yes, absolutely. Let's spice it up.
Love that sound.
Always think of Entourage.
Me
when I see
too.
that.
That static means entourage.
Yes.
Never seen that.
Oh.
I like how
Would that even be? I'd love to react to that with you.
I would do it too.
Look at that title card. Victory is celebrated in the light, but it is won in the darkness.
Almost as like from Last of Us. Oh, loving this music already.
What holds more truth? History or prophecy?
There's a question.
When humans rose up against the thinking machines that had
Machine
enslaved
war.
them,
The thinking machines.
history says it was an Atreides who led them to victory.
Wow. Damn. It sure looks like Judgment Day.
My great-grandfather deserted the fight when war ended and all thinking machine technology was banned.
Whoa, that's a smooth transition.
History branded my family as cowards, and so we were banished to a desolate world.
More desolate than this one.
Others who shared my blood were resigned to living in shame.
So weird to see snow in this world.
But the history the Atreides
Yeah.
wrote was spun out of lies, and I, Valia Harkonnen, would set out to change it.
Harkonnen.
Ooh, interesting.
Valia Harkonnen.
A Harkonnen protagonist and the Atreides lie.
Yeah, that's an interesting spin around.
And I'm also curious how, like, who's going to be betraying us? Our narrator or our history or the prophecy?
So I broke
Or all
free
the
from
above.
the past and chose a new family made up of women unafraid of their power.
Ooh, I found me a coven.
I met my true mother, the first Mother Superior, Raquella Berto Anirul.
Ooh.
A hero during the wars, she trained sisters to work as truth-sayers.
Truth-sayers.
Assigned to
the
great
voice.
powers to help them sift truth from lies.
It's the Proto-Gesserit.
Together, they would form a network of influence throughout the Imperium.
They were influencers.
Before it was cool.
Raquella would use it to govern the future.
Dude, this feels so cinematic already.
Yeah, the production value is incredible.
But those who held power were inherently driven by violence and greed.
Nah, doesn't track.
Never.
They required more than just guidance. They required transformation. Mother Raquella embarked on a secret project.
Whoa.
She wanted to breed better leaders. She amassed a vast genetic archive. She would use it to foster the right royal unions and cultivate rulers we could control.
Damn. Really exerting that influence over the centuries.
Zealots among us would view this breeding as heresy, but Mother Superior knew I shared her vision. And I would stop at nothing to carry it out.
Wallach 9.
That is why, in her final moments, she called for me.
So they're the Sisterhood in this part of the timeline.
Right.
Valia, it's me, Dorothea, Valia Harkonnen.
Boy.
Give her who she asks for.
Wow. Are they like projecting sound waves through the water?
What an image. Look at that.
And the music just elevates the image, too.
I think it's responding to their chant.
Ah, she felt it.
Wait here, Tola.
Oh, wow.
These prayers won't help her. What is she doing here?
Oh, no. Cast the old knowledge to the ground.
Red dust.
The spice.
Tell them to leave us now.
You must go to Arakkis.
Whoa.
Wow. That's amazing.
Nice transitions.
Oh, the transitions are amazing.
Oh, into the worm.
Oh!
That was
Yeah.
cool.
And the mirroring of the pupil and the way like the folds of her skin almost look like the sand dunes. Like,
Damn. Oh, the scope.
Big old boy. Now this is all a vision, I assume. Ooh.
wow.
And the spice from that.
I love this music
Corrupting.
video. This is great music video.
Spice is nice.
Grow us. Safeguard our power. Use every tool. The sisterhood must be strengthened, or it will fall.
Wow, it's entrusted to you now.
You will be the one to see the burning truth and know.
And no. No what?
I see like the distrust, obviously, in the Harkonnen, but she's like alone in this moment because she kicked everybody else out. So it's like her word against hers, and then what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She warned us. Tyranna fell.
A reckoning, a holy judgment brought on by a tyrant.
From what I saw in Raquel's eyes, I believe one is coming for us. We have to prepare.
Ooh.
How? By putting one of ours on the throne.
Damn.
Yeah.
Full control.
Inner conflict here.
Sister, first empress to rule the Imperium.
Galaxy's not ready for that.
One loyal to us.
Dorothea will never agree.
She has to, Kasha. It's the only thing that ensures our protection.
A lot of men watch the world burn before they let a sister get on the throne.
What do you mean?
I'm just throwing out nonsense,
I love the water visuals and like what we usually associate with such like sand-based sci-fi.
Yeah.
Mother Rakala always said we could not be split in our purpose.
Wow.
Factions in the Sisterhood would only weaken our order.
Yeah.
Combine into one order.
What she foresaw was a force of unimaginable darkness that could destroy us completely.
Whoa.
I had to convince my sisters of what was true.
We must carry her legacy forward.
What was true?
We must keep pushing the boundaries of what it means to be human. We must harness our powers of truth sense until we advise all the great houses who gather.
Such a cool shot.
Yeah, look at that.
Urged us to use every tool.
Humility is the
Oh.
foundation of our virtue.
And there's the schism.
Yeah.
The foundation of our virtue.
There's going to be an inner conflict between these two.
There's already one.
Thou shalt not disfigure the soul. Thou shalt not disfigure the soul.
Because these ones are already ready for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one's standing with her and the one's kneeling.
Most would run from it. I would walk through it. That is why Mother Rakala chose me to lead.
You ain't afraid of the fire.
I see you wasted no time stepping in.
You looking for a secret drawer?
What are you doing? What should have been done long ago?
Which is... secret painting compartment.
Why do you need access to the breeding index?
Breeding index.
I want to make some matches.
So I can return the Sisterhood to its value.
Oh, make the Sisterhood great again.
Yeah, values is such a
We are the hand that
weighted
points toward
word.
a righteous path. We are meant to guide the Imperium, not rule it.
We must create the path and lead others to it.
We are the government.
Ever since you arrived, you and your sister Tula, you've thought too highly of yourself.
Pride goes before the fall.
Mother Raquel didn't share your beliefs, nor do others aside from your faction of zealots. You heard what she said. You swore to use every tool.
Because I did not want to fight with her on her deathbed.
It's a human choice.
This is no tool. This is us playing God, and we will be judged for it.
It's a divine tool.
For this great work of hers must be destroyed.
I beg of you, don't do this. Dartea!
It is. Whoa. The voice.
Cool.
These water effects are great.
A new skill I've been honing.
Did you invent the voice?
One I'd hoped to share with you.
Truth speaking,
But I
interesting.
I use on you.
If you bend.
I will never bend to you.
Then take out your blade.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh, damn.
Drive it into breath.
Whoa, the smoothness of the motion.
Oh.
I knew then. The name Valia Harkonnen would forever be damned to the wrong side of history.
What is the wrong side of history?
But my truth lay in prophecy.
What do we do?
History prophecy, but very subjective POV.
Ha.
3 years later,
It's gonna be one of those sci-fi shows.
after the end of the Great Machine Wars.
Okay. 10,140 years before the birth of Paul Atreides.
Come on. Put the Chalamet guy in here.
Tim Cham. Yeah, so much water.
It
haven't
it's so
noticed.
interesting.
Contrast is delightful.
And like,
Love
And
seeing the
ripples.
reflections, too.
The ripples, nice.
it's crazy to see the beginnings of a prophecy we hear so much about.
House Varric and House Kamali have put in requests for a truth
Oh,
sayer.
damn. See how much older she looks?
And House Harkonnen has put in a fourth request.
Conflict of interest.
Oh.
What a
Shall
good
say
match.
value.
Yes, to House Varric. Kamali will have to wait. And you can tell House Harkonnen no for a fourth time.
For a fourth time. I'm like, does her denial of them help? Is this like a bias that'll just play out over centuries, or is she actually upholding the true standard?
Imperial guards.
Behave for the princess.
And your husband must be quite a catch, fleeing him so quickly.
Uh-oh.
That's the princess's half-brother.
Ooh.
Ooh, handsome fellow.
He has no claim to the throne.
But them eyes, though.
Nothing I like more than a man with great wealth and idle hands.
What about Devon Sawa?
Let's get some devil's work going on.
Perhaps once his sister is here, he'll pay us more visits. And one day I'll be her truth-sayer and sister-in-law.
I think the whole point of her coming here is to be her own truth sayer.
We instruct many daughters of the great houses, Lord Constantine. There will be no risk to the princess here.
None of those other daughters is the heir to the Golden Lion throne. If my sister's going to spend the next 10 years here, we need to take precautions.
Wardrobe is beautiful.
The princess will require her own quarters.
Once your sister is here, she will be treated as every other student. The dormitory is quite comfortable.
That's not acceptable.
Ah,
Well, that is unfortunate.
seems we're in an impasse.
I had to try.
That's great. Nice little levity in this world.
Me at every car dealership I ever go to.
I had to try.
We got to bring back sealing wax.
We
man.
really do. It's so cool.
I
We need a
agree.
real reject seal. Put it on her.
And a Geek Chicks one.
Yeah. R G.
The large amount of white matter in the prefrontal cortex. Do you know what that makes this man?
This is
criminal.
fascinating.
A survivor. Yes, Sister Jen.
Ah,
Human beings rely on lies to survive. We lie to our enemies. We lie to our friends. We lie to ourselves. Lying is among the most sophisticated tasks a brain can perform.
Really?
Because for most of us, we don't like to lie. The body rejects it. How does it do that?
Pupils dilate, changes in breathing.
All of them signs that we work to perceive in truth-saying.
It's clear you have a grasp of theory. Tomorrow you will be tested on your progress. I suggest you get some rest today. Class is dismissed.
The younger version of her, they both have such an interesting presence. They're both like super similar to the casting, as you mentioned.
Yeah.
But just the way they carry themselves, like I wonder how they trained because they're both so. It feels authentic.
Good news, little sister.
So it went well.
This time next week she'll be ours.
I wonder if the younger actress watched her perform a little bit and then.
That's what I mean.
did
Like
her
they
scenes.
feel legitimately like one person.
Yeah.
World of the Imperial House.
Someday Christopher Walken will live here.
Oh, so pretty.
Hey, saying I'm gonna live there.
Oh yeah, let's get some training. Let's get some hologram armor.
Almost feels like the same set that they used with Josh Brolin and Chalamet.
Yeah, I wonder how much production is that and they get to just borrow.
Oh,
ouch.
Ace plant.
You almost had me that time.
I did not.
It's okay, you'll get him next time.
Focus on the body, not the blade. Your eyes, they can lie, but this will tell you where your opponent's heading, even before they know.
So your collarbones and your heart.
Clavicle, heart.
Filthy scum.
Constantine, you made it.
But I miss you tying the knot to a boy just out of diapers. Between your swordmaster training and the Sisterhood, worried Nezzy will grow too full of herself to bear. She has become quite good. She'll acquit herself well on Warlock 9.
How was the Sisterhood?
Well, if you like barren landscapes and minimalism, you'll be very happy.
But did they have the traveling pants?
Princess?
You want to
Seen
see?
that one.
Ooh.
All right, use that advice. Use your collarbones and your heart.
Focus on the body. Whoo.
That's pretty.
House Richese gifts the House
More
of
water,
Camino,
John.
a newly built fleet of ballista
I'm counting every time. Take a drink.
Take a shot.
There
Mark
he is.
Strong.
Emperor Carino has reviewed House Richese's proposal and finds the terms to be acceptable.
A fleet that will know no equal. Dust storms won't hinder it. Fremen don't stand a chance against it.
Ooh, the Fremen.
Fremen.
Your issues on Arrakis will be a thing of the past, and spice will flow.
Oh,
Heard that
boy.
before.
It occurred to me that having our own wing in the palace might smooth the transition. That wasn't part of the arrangement. Your Majesty, I'm sorry to be frank, but your issues on Arrakis aren't going away. Not without my ships to protect the harvest from Fremen attacks. It is in my blood to build.
That's right. We shall manipulate.
They're running things right behind him. That's great.
Yeah.
So nice.
I heard you lost another excavator and a whole regiment. Would you let this small ask derail our entire agreement?
Stand up for yourself, Mark Strong.
Yeah, he's got to play politics.
Kill him.
It's not a small ask.
Trying to make a fool of me.
This is such interesting manipulation behind the scenes.
Well, and two, I'm like, how much... Each one of them I am curious about, because, like, obviously the sisters have the same end in mind, but then
Right.
again, I'm
But
like...
10,000 years from now.
Do they have individual pursuits as well? Like,
Very well, you have a deal.
I love that we didn't hear the actual conversation.
and we got to look at it from her
See you
perspective.
at the engagement ceremony.
Who run the world?
It
Girls.
looks- it looks like they are simpatico.
To serve the great houses as truthsayers and shape the flow of power, you must first exert power over yourself.
You must first do Tai Chi.
Yes.
Your mind and body must be within your control. Only then can you discern the truth.
Whoa.
In
Whoa.
front of you are men and women from the Imperial prison. Thieves, swindlers, con artists. Your task is to demonstrate, at the least, a rudimentary command of truth-saying.
Oof.
We have removed all barriers to your subjects to make this task easier. You may begin.
Wow. Fascinating.
Ain't you a pretty little
Jeez.
Whoa, whoa,
That's scary.
whoa.
We don't get much of this on Arrakis. Enjoy it. More water, John.
What is this water you keep on talking about?
Oh, damn. Ooh, clothesline.
Her words are true, but her intent is to deceive.
He lies. This man is a liar. Honestly, these were the best you could find.
He's a survivor. You're assured.
If you think it's so simple to deceive, sister, tell us, why are you here?
When I was a child, my mother and father sold me to a man who made his money peddling the flesh of children. I'll spare you the details, but I bided my time until he got sloppy with his knives.
Sure.
I slit his throat in his sleep. Then I went home and did the same to my parents.
Ugh.
Whew, Lizzie Borden over here.
You know how I got these scars?
The looks on your faces.
Liar.
She's going to have another story for us.
Oh, you know the truth.
This is my tradition. I wore this when I first met your father. He was a stranger to me, too.
Good old arranged marriage.
The veil belonged to my mother, made by the wanderers of Harmonthep.
Very understated.
It's a symbol of strength. Something I wish you'd show a little more of.
You should see her knife.
The Sisterhood will teach me skills that will aid in my leadership.
This arrangement isn't what I wanted.
Why not? I hear Pruitt Richese is quite charming.
The boy is 9.
Every year before he comes of age is mine to do with what I will. I'd make him younger if I could. I'm getting what I want. You're not the only one who knows how to negotiate.
Western shot.
Yeah. Whose cloak is that a piece of?
I'm surrounded by vipers, Kasha. And Duke Richese is the worst of them all.
The Duke is no viper. He's simply a man.
Doi.
There's a soldier here from Arakkis.
Can't you deal with it?
Hey.
It's Desmond Hart, sir. He
Desmond
survived.
The soldier, it would seem.
Your Majesty. It's an honor. 12 tours of Arakkis when few last more than one. Multiple commendations. We heard your regiment was wiped out in a Fremen attack.
You heard wrong.
Harvester, transports, everything.
That is why I've come.
He's got the scars to prove
Did he
it.
make friends with the Fremen?
Because I'm the only one that can tell you the truth.
Yeah, he's the Duncan of the story.
That's what I'm wondering, yeah. Oh, waking up.
The attack on Arakkis, it wasn't Fremen.
Uh-oh.
They were insurgents from your own allied worlds. The equipment they used was from off-planet, and they were trained in our ways.
Traitors in our midst.
Once a harvester ejected his payload of spice, their ship collected it.
The Sisterhood?
Sister doesn't want him saying this. Stealing spice.
These insert shots are great.
His story is true, Your Majesty, or at least he believes it to be.
Ah, interesting.
Then why wasn't I informed?
It must be an isolated incident.
Definitely.
You've been long on Arakkis. I imagine you're eager for some leave.
Actually, Your Majesty, I was hoping
To go back.
that I could get an assignment here at the palace.
Well, I'm sure we can find something suitable for a man of your talents. In the meantime,
This guy, his facial expression.
Blue eyes wide.
we're about to have quite a party. Join us.
Looks like he's ready to party.
Looks like he's done a little of the spice himself.
It's like
that
Jason
look.
Momoa's little brother.
Hey, that look back. His 10,000 year younger old little brother. That
Yeah,
was a-
something's hinky about this.
Yeah, I don't trust it. Especially Bob Idaho over here. Cool.
Oh, is this part of your doing? Oh, no. Oh.
Damn.
Damn. You did this.
What a shot. That's like the
Into
sandworm.
the sandworm's maw.
And the eye imagery and
Yeah.
All that.
Dude, the imagery. Amazing.
Whoa. Almost looked like an intelligent machine at the end.
Was she the Bene Gesserit that was next to him earlier?
I believe
Yeah, I
so,
think so.
yeah.
It's hard to see through the veil, yeah.
Yeah, the Emperor, yeah.
I came to say goodbye.
What's wrong?
Remember the day my sisters and I found you? We had no way of knowing what we would discover. A child held captive for years.
Oh.
But the moment I saw you, I knew that one day you
would lead our Imperium to a better future.
Oh.
Special.
I have something I need to attend to, but I'll be back soon.
And why she's manipulating and having the kid be her husband so she can leverage power.
Getting a recording, a message. What's going on here?
It's his Game Boy.
Hell
Color.
yeah.
Kasha's going to miss the engagement ceremony.
God.
Yeah, I want to live there.
Every
Seriously.
frame a painting.
What would we possibly do without her?
Our marriage may have joined the Imperium. It didn't cement it.
Stop parroting her words back at me. I know exactly what our marriage did. I brokered it.
Stop fighting this wedding, Natalia. That boy comes with a fleet of fighters, which I need for Arakkis.
No. Playing the short game, man.
There was a time when you took my views seriously.
But it is not this day.
Imperium was the stronger for it.
Yes, well, you and I, we remember things differently.
Damn.
No, dude.
Ooh.
Need to get dressed.
He's trying to help you, bud.
Happy wife, happy spice.
Well, and behind this closed door, he certainly doesn't seem quite as assured.
Emmeline performed well, and it might be wise to pair the princess with someone outside royal circles.
Next. It's not her background that concerns me. She's too rigid. She reeks of piety.
We operate across worlds of all dispositions.
Our aim is not to broaden the princess's worldview. It's to adhere her to our own.
Oof.
Careful.
Acolyte bonds are forged in fire. They last a lifetime. Emmeline is a bad influence.
Jen has bite, doesn't she?
Jen.
Oh, that
So
girl.
far, if she can be tamed.
Reminds me of someone else I know.
Haha.
Well, I think the princess would like her, but she's too independent a thinker.
Squeaky
we need to
wheel.
pair Inez with someone we can trust to keep her in line.
Good luck.
She won't be under Kasha's influence much longer.
Well, Theodosia, she has reason to be loyal to us. We took her in when she had nowhere else to turn. She is uniquely useful.
Ugh.
Oh, don't dissemble, sister. You're only held on her because she's your favorite.
Well, your favorite's like a lamb lost in the woods.
Oh.
Lila is a true empath, and given her lineage, she will be a natural-born truth sayer.
Empathy's important.
She needs to be nurtured.
Weakness is not something to nurture.
Ooh, that's a great line.
She is young, she's afraid, she's in awe of you, and in time she'll grow all those hard layers that you measure worth by,
Ouch.
Jesus.
as I did.
Yeah, what do you
Don't
categorize as
underestimate
weakness?
yourself, Tila. What matters most is what's underneath those hard layers.
God, her little micro expressions are great too.
Oh, the ripple effects again. It means that there's a Tyrannus Rex around.
What is this design? They have like one antenna wing comes out.
It's like a seeker, but yeah, it's really interesting. It gives it a bug-like quality.
Whatever trepidation you're feeling.
It's not trepidation. What I saw was no ordinary nightmare. Fear I felt, I still feel. Don't know Nez like I do. She's strong, not easily handled.
That's why she was chosen.
She's perfect.
You forget I'm the one who bonded with her since she was a child, who deflects the Empress's interference, who assuages the Emperor's fears even as we weaken him on Arakkis.
Telling you not to train Anakin.
Now is not the time to lose faith in a plan that has been decades in the making.
And what if this plan of yours causes the very thing we seek to prevent?
No.
What if we've brought on the reckoning Raquel spoke of?
I'm the one that Raquel asked for as she lay dying. I shall see the burning truth. I think I know what she wanted.
No.
That arrogance again. This singular-mindedness.
Why did you stay the night? Remind yourself of your purpose. But tomorrow you must return to Seleucus Secundus. Nothing is more important than your work there. A sister on the throne, that's what we agreed.
Jesus.
And this is the marriage that makes it possible.
Yeesh.
This wedding will proceed.
I love how tenuous this all feels, even despite their massive grasp and reach.
The 9-year-old, yeah.
That cape.
The boy who would be king.
Poor child. Old Bob Idaho thinks it's funny.
This kid's like, what's happening?
I don't know what today is.
May I present to you my son and the future, your royal line, Lord Pruitt Richese.
Wow, Lord Pruitt.
May the Richese
This kid looks
find
so
purchase in royal womb.
Shoves kid.
He's like, you're gonna have to shave your head one day.
He even seems sympathetic to the plight.
Yeah, I could see that too.
He seems pretty weary by all of this, even as he tries to continually
Move
pursue
forward.
the interests. Yeah. Which is actually kind of cool because I wasn't expecting that from a Mark Strong character.
Him being cast, I was like, strong.
Yeah. Oh my God. Look at that. Oh, you'll be fine, dude.
Why do you dismiss her out of hand? It wasn't out of hand.
Or her concubine. There you go.
I heard what she said.
Did you really?
And then I dismissed her.
So it is blind obedience you want.
Yes.
Always.
I have done everything that Raquel asked. I have protected our work. I have grown our ranks. Our hands are poised on the levers of power, and yet our grasp on it is still fragile.
You Harkonnens.
I am trying to protect us and the Imperium the only way I know how.
I believe in your commitment, Valia.
But...
Oh, maybe she's grown too close to Inez. It's so unlike her to abandon her post at this precarious time.
That's exactly my point. Why not just check the match? See if Princess Inez truly is the one we should put all our hopes in.
Yeesh.
That seems like a smart idea.
Yeah, you would think.
Let's get this kid an apple box.
My family calls me Ness. What do they call you?
Pruitt.
So what do you do?
You don't actually have to speak. Father says this is just a formality.
Damn.
Wow.
God, the pet. Oh no, the rot. Yeah, this is a rotten union. You're not gonna get your antioxidants.
Oh,
Do myself. Oh, it's got a fly.
That's face.
This I support this. This is a good union.
Pomegranate marriage.
She kind of looks a little like a young Winona Ryder.
The boy child?
No, yeah, the boy child. No, Nez.
My bad.
Yeah,
I was thinking she looked like Kristen Milioti a bit.
I could see that too. Yeah, the boy child.
He looks like a Ron Howard descendant.
I could see that. That's a good one.
And that one's Lady Gaga.
Yes.
Whale fur. The finest in the known universe.
Whale fur.
Simple mathematics, really.
I'm sure you're right, Baron Harkonnen. Let me think about it.
Oh.
Did you say Baron Harkonnen?
Yeah.
Whale fur never goes out of style, eh? It would be incredible for your uniform. Have we discussed the untapped value of whale seed?
Oh.
Would you excuse me?
Oh no!
Yep.
Let's talk more about whale seed.
Let's get
man.
on
I
out of
want
there.
Those benefits.
Medicinal.
I like that the Harkonnens here are much more early on. They're just like people.
Just weird dudes and
Do you see
ladies.
Pruitt, John? He's wearing shorts. The legs are showing. Just saying.
All right.
Just saying, John.
All right.
Not a me thing. Well, the popular kids do it.
All the princes.
Your intent is to deceive.
You're not a truth sayer.
Not yet, but I know a liar when I see one. We'll see.
Bond with each other.
Whoa.
Wowee.
That is
Oh, a
cool.
robot in disguise?
What? What?
Oh
what?
no! Is it an intelligent machine from the before times?
Uh-oh.
She looked very fearful of it.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Skynet is back!
Oh no!
Oh, no.
Oh. Thank you, Bob Idaho.
Oh.
What is?
I actually feel bad for it.
This actress, she's in tons of stuff too.
I'm not sure. You're probably right, but I
But
don't
the
know.
machine's already won one, so I assume machinery is...
That technology is forbidden!
Yeah.
Princess Inez, step aside.
Oh boy!
Protect your husband?
Yeah.
Tell me you're all afraid of a little toy.
Afraid?
Uh-oh.
You exist because House Carino defeated thinking machines.
Yep. He brought Judgment Day on us all.
Don't let this ruin our celebration.
You already got in that house moment. I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't
Play
trust him.
politics. Let's go.
Trust your wife.
Dismiss your wife.
Let us, for now, overlook this transgression.
Yeah.
I don't trust.
He's just continuously dismissing his wife.
God, he is so out of his element.
It's so interesting to see like a disconcerted at all times Mark Strong.
Yeah.
I love Bob Idaho. He's killing it.
This guy's presence is great. Yeah.
Gives it back to the kid.
Well, it's just a hunk of
What else you
now.
gotta do?
Thank you, Nez.
Once our marriage goes through, you pull something like that again and I'll stab you myself, you little shit.
Oh. Wow. Someone's got the upper hand now.
Dang, kiddo.
That was awesome.
Our plan holds. I checked the genetic archive. Les is the right choice, and this is the match that stabilizes the Carino line for centuries.
Huh.
Jeez.
I'm wondering if, when all this is over, Crusher shouldn't spend some time here with us on Warlock 9.
Yeah. Yeah, we can put her through our rehabilitation program.
You can't keep picking pieces off the board just because they disagree with you. If you want to protect her, Tula, get her head straight.
Or I'm gonna do it.
Where's your head at?
Bene Gesserit.
Thousands of years into the future. From here, it becomes a sorority comedy.
She's a princess. She's never known fear.
Y'all don't know the struggle she went through early on. Hey, different looking ship.
No.
We just passed the Lois.
Oh, it's
We're not going to the Lois.
one of Elon's cyber taxis.
One last night out, you and me.
In that case,
Oh.
Do a little spice.
Let's party.
One last night out.
I hope this brother and sister hook up.
It's not Star Wars. It inspired Star Wars.
That's true. That's true.
So maybe that it inspired
so Star Wars could
Skywalker
run.
a little bit of.
Right.
George Lucas reading Dune like, you know what would make this better?
He's like, I got this.
I thought you were saying maybe it looked like Coruscant, but now I understand where you were going with Luke and Leia.
Yes.
No.
Mark not so strong is intriguing.
And a good half shadow across his face suggesting conflict.
Duality of man.
Yes.
A dichotomy, if you will.
Fear can be debilitating, especially on a planet like Arakkis where everything is constantly trying to kill you.
What did Jessica say? Fear is the ultimate
Fear is the mind killer.
mind killer. That's right.
You'll find Salusa Secundus familiar. What do you think? You think a fleet of fighters will be enough to end my troubles on Arakkis?
God.
I love the production design. It's so good.
It's like the hull of a hollowed out ship or something.
Yeah.
But made of stone.
But they'll do nothing about the growing insurgency in the Imperium. That was an isolated incident.
Just keep telling yourself that.
Your troubles are far greater than just Arakkis.
Do tell.
More and more people question if we're too quick to discard the machines. And why only the great houses profit from spice. Has this not been shared with you?
There are no mom and pop spice runners?
You knew everything that went on.
Yeah. What are they not telling you?
Crusher's never led me astray.
Uh-oh.
I feel this wedding is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
My father never suffered such humiliation, or his father before him. Without spice, the great houses would feed me to the worm.
Oh.
See it.
Do you believe in forces?
Wonder if that's a foreshadowing.
I don't know what I believe anymore. Well, then believe this. I should not be here. That attack should have killed me.
I don't blame you.
The fear I felt staring down in that abyss. You know what I prayed for then? The strength to feel nothing. Next thing I know, I'm clawing my way out of the sand. My lungs are screaming. And when I took my first breath,
Damn.
I felt reborn. Different. I was no longer afraid. The gods are listening. Religion is my wife's refuge. I tell you something. If the gods freed me from this vice of a wedding, consider me a true believer.
Hey.
Oh no. Oh no. Careful what you wish for.
Is that kid dead?
Oh no. Oh no. Bob Idaho. Don't do it.
He's glancing about a little. Oh, Bob Idaho's got an idea.
He's doing all kinds of stuff with his eyes right now.
Either the kid or he's going to do something to the Sisterhood.
I don't know.
Because he kept on damning the witches, right? Isn't that what he was saying?
Meanwhile, in Blade Runner 2049.
Hey.
So last night out on the spice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Club Spice.
Iceberg Lounge looks dope on this planet.
Yay.
Hey, take it easy, sweetheart. Hey.
Fancy meeting you here.
Hey, you have a fiance, a 9-year-old fiance waiting for you at home. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't kiss almost Wes Bentley in public.
Everything okay?
Is this woman bothering you, sir?
Are we good?
Oh. Let's get our training on in the bedroom.
Oh. Turn those shields on first.
Ooh.
Damn.
Bartender's looking spooked.
Blow it into his mouth. That's right.
Whoa. Hey, no matter where you are in time and space, brothel's
gonna brothel.
Brothel's gonna brothel. Nightlife go nightlife.
In 2 days' time, I'll be in another world.
Well, then we better make the most of this. We better spend the next 2 days solid in
Just
here.
going at it.
Oh.
She about to feel his sandworm.
Lasan Al-Gaib.
Let's go, Shai-Hulud.
Yep, she learned to ride the sandworm.
A good rhythmic edit
Yeah.
on Moan.
And she didn't even need a thumper.
No, well,
Yeah.
she's getting a thumping.
Or
Yeah.
those knife things.
Yes.
We don't know what's happening next.
I mean, it's true.
He's
kinky.
in a
He
little
could be a
fun
kinky
place.
guy.
We don't know what's
Yeah.
happening.
What's wrong, bad dreams? Everything's a joke to you.
Yeah.
Why are you even here?
Mm-hmm.
Your story was a lie.
Yep.
But it was a good lie.
I was raised here, in the Sisterhood.
Never known anything else.
The Reverend Mothers, they don't always know who our parents are. And even if they do, they don't tell us.
How can they not know?
One way or another, our past always finds us.
Interesting to cut to her in that moment.
Yeah,
Yes.
buddy. It's another one of those fascinating questions. Like a few words on a deathbed can mean so much and have such ripples throughout time and history.
Mm-hmm.
Which kind of reminds me of House of the Dragon in that sense.
Echoing through eternity.
Oh. I feel so bad for Mark Strong.
I love seeing him like this.
Yeah.
It's like so different. It's cool to see some range.
Yeah.
I love him as Mark Strong. Like, don't get me wrong. It's just this is the most different I've seen him in a bit.
No, totally. Like his casting, you're like, oh, of course Mark Strong would be in a Dune show.
Oh, he's the
But then-
leader of the Dune faction.
Yeah,
Wait
but
a
then to see
second.
him this way is a perfect subversion, yeah.
Is that Arakkis?
Gotta be. Look at that Dune.
Oh, he's got a recording of the
What?
theft. This
Oh.
is what Bob Idaho described.
Yeah.
There's a recording. Oh, there's Bob.
Oh, the thumper.
Zoom in. Enhance that.
Zoom and enhance.
Oh, damn.
Oh.
Oh, wow. But was that manipulated or is that really what happened?
About to ride a sandworm?
Was that Idaho or was it a Fremen?
I think I saw the beard. I think that was Bob Idaho.
That was definitely him.
We'll get his name one day, but until then, he's Bob
He's
Idaho.
Bob
Sorry,
Idaho.
everyone. Diehard Dune heads right now are like,
Oh.
uh-oh. He's going to kill that kid.
Oh, crap.
Yeah. This is
Guess
not
you guys
good.
are right.
That glance, that's it.
There you are.
Didn't trust his eyes.
What are you doing out here all alone?
Couldn't sleep. Had a bad dream.
Might get permanent sleep now.
You want to tell me about it?
Yo, I don't want to tell you anything.
Father says we become far too strict about such things.
What else does father say?
You're a real soldier.
Mm-hmm.
And why are you here? There's no war here.
Not many see it, but I do.
Hmm.
There's a war hidden in plain sight, waged by an enemy that has made themselves indispensable. They just come here to do our thinking for us.
Oh, the
Look at
one
that
eye twitch.
And that is why it is so troubling that we are being controlled again.
His right eye looks bloodshot.
I think it's an injury because it's like just
Oh,
underneath
from
from like the battle because it lines up with the scar.
Oh, Shai-Hulud. Wow. We see so many different future hologram tables, but this is an interesting take.
To win a war requires sacrifice.
Yeah.
And yours, it won't be in vain.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, damn.
Whoa. Oh, is he like telepathic?
What is he doing now?
Oh, this poor kid.
Damn.
Just cooked that child alive.
He's like the anti-Paul.
Whoa. She just felt the end of her bloodline goals.
No, man. Oh, yeah. There's a disturbance in the force.
Yes. Oh, she's also messed up.
Damn, did not see that coming.
Is it because of the bond? Like
Oh my god.
Is she burning up too? I see
she's
smoke.
steaming.
Oh boy.
Wow. Oh, poor thing.
Jeez.
Jesus. I mean, it looks like it's like sympathetically happening to her as it happened to him.
Ah.
Wow. And the smoke in her mouth.
Yeah.
It's so interesting with like the witch metaphor. Like they're seen as like, and then the fire and like burning, but it's from him. And
yeah.
Are they going to blame her though?
Yeah, I'm curious about that too. Back on the eye.
And her whole vision went up in smoke.
Not bad.
Damn.
Not bad. Right back out into the stars. Well done.
Incredible.
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
Woo!
Reject Nation, I never really consider myself a sports guy. I know so many people who are into sports, so many people who watch this channel are into sports. My wife, into sports. Sometimes it feels emasculating while she yells at the TV and I don't know what's going on. Why that feels emasculating? That's more to do with me than her, that's for sure. But anyway, the peer pressure got me to find a way to find fun with sports. And if you're looking for a fun and simple way to get into daily fantasy sports, let me introduce you to Prize Picks. It's America's #1 daily fantasy app with over 5 million active members. And honestly, it's the only one I've ever used, but from everyone who I know who has used fantasy sports thingies before says this is the easiest one they've ever used, my wife included, and the missus is never wrong. All you do is pick more or less on player stat projections, like how many yards your favorite QB, that stands for quarterback, by the way, will throw, or how many points a star player will score. You can pick between 2 and 6 players, and if you get them right, you win. Even I can comprehend this, and I'm not the smartest guy. And like I said, it's easy to get started, and it's easy to use. A lot of emphasis on the easy. Here's one easy example. So at the time of recording this, we just bet on Jordan Love, Jaden Reed, and Joe Burrow. Consulted with John. John knows more about sports than me, so really this was his decision. So let's see if he tanked this whole operation, or if we're filthy rich now. Great thing, if one of your players ever gets injured, Prize Picks has an injury insurance policy. I could use some health insurance in my own life. So your lineups stay in play. Rhymes, bars, baby. And if you miss one pick, you can still cash out thanks to their unique flex play option. It's available in most states, including California, Texas, and Georgia. You can download the Prize Picks app today. Use code REJECTS and get $50 instantly when you play just $5. There's a lot of fives in this shout out. $5, $50, 5 million members. It's like the number 23. But anyway, you don't even have to win to get the bonus. Isn't that awesome? Prize Picks. Run your game. Get into daily fantasy sports like this expert over here.
Gang. Gang-a-tang.
Yeah.
We just completed episode 1 of Dune Prophecy. What an hour of telly.
Yes, it was.
Geek Drex.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
You guys got to fight it out. Which one of you wants to talk first?
He has seen Dune 2 more recently, by all means.
All right.
Yeah, no, I thought it was incredible. First of all, I loved seeing the after effects of the machine war. I know that's not what it's called in the book. I forgot the name because I did do a little research before. But seeing the effects, I love that transition shot. And then seeing, like, especially on the Emperor's homeworld, how much they fear and hate machines. That was interesting, but and then again the formation of the Sisterhood and all that, and then the inner conflicts that we got. I like seeing just the, like I mentioned earlier at the beginning, just the world building, just so fascinating. That was all great. Also too, like this was paced so beautifully. Like, I did not feel that hour and 5 minute runtime in any which way. And then. Yeah, I got more thoughts too, but I'll go over to my fellow geek check. What did you think?
I am fascinated by the influence Dune has had in pop culture that's been like just under the surface. I mean, obviously we know that George Lucas loves Dune, which is inspired, Star Wars, which is fairly popular. But the 10,000 years prior stuff, I don't know the exposure it has. So I really liked that it is building on the lore so distantly that you can see the echoes throughout eternity into the stuff we know. But I genuinely didn't know what was ever going to come next. I guessed the kid, but at what cost? And it was really interesting. Like Travis Fimmel, who plays, Bob Idaho there, I've heard of as being like this really intense actor. Like I think he's on some show. I don't know his work, whatever the show it was. I'm not familiar with him, but it was really cool to see his intensity and the assumption I had was he was going to be a positive, and I loved that. I just never knew which way it was going to go because the Bene Gesserit are not trusted in the Dune that I know, so I think I inherently didn't trust them here, and they're the leads. Like I think it's my association with the Harkonnen. I think it's my association with the Bene Gesserit. It's like really cool what that association means. I found that fascinating. Emily Watson was great. The acting by everyone was outstanding. We talked a lot about Mark Strong playing against type, but I was just most impressed by my association with the Bene Gesserit, the Harkonnen, all that being like a confusion because the show opens with, is it history or is it prophecy? And I feel like I'm trying to balance that. Yeah, like I judge the Harkonnen name, so I'm like, screw them, but I'm like, but are they wrong?
Yeah.
So it was really cool.
At this point in time?
Yeah, like have they yet been corrupted? So that was really interesting.
Absolutely. You know, I think this to me was a strong start to the show because I feel like you could have. I think there's a lot of mileage you can get in this world out of production design and costuming and all the world building elements and stuff like that. Like their just attention to the details of all that stuff is so breathtaking that, you know, that in theory you could coast on that. And I appreciated that. Like for me, the test of a show like this obviously is going to be like, is the quality of the writing going to live up to what we associate with the movie this is spinning off of? And this presents kind of an exciting time to me because it seems as though, I mean, like the response to Penguin, like this feels kind of like, okay, I see what Warner's is kind of trying to do now is they're, you know, similarly to what Disney has done, bringing their big movie franchises into the serialized television streaming space. And this seems like the kind of thing that, you know, again, with the right writers could be dynamite. And so far, as of this pilot episode, I think the you know, just the prospects are strong. I thought, yeah, the cast all across the board did a really nice job. And just watching, again, as they establish this massive chessboard that, again, spans hundreds and thousands of years and you know, getting that little glimpse into the Emily Watson characters, that crucial moment where, you know, the mantle of kind of guiding the sisterhood and shaping their plans for the future is passed on to her. And like, that's such an interesting fulcrum point because so much does individually pass on to you. And I mean, you know, there was one other person in the room. We saw how that went and we see the resolve, you know, what lengths she is willing to go to secure what she thinks is right. And what mission she thinks she has been tasked with by this, you know, this mother figure who she has put so much trust in and who has shaped so much of her existence. And that kind of leading to all this other stuff. And I feel like this is appropriately, at least as of now, you know, murky and flirting with complexity. Because, I mean, yeah, like an episode like this has to basically just set up all the different houses in the world and kind of what the, again, chessboard looks like right here and now, and you know, then we're going to spend the rest of the time dealing with that and, you know, having the curveballs and whatever else. Sure. But yeah, I thought this was a strong start and a good introduction for each of these prominent characters. And at least so far, like I've got a bunch of names to commit to memory. But
Bob Idaho.
Yeah, we got Bob Idaho.
Bob Idaho.
We're sticking with that. I don't care what his name is.
he's honorary Bob Idaho.
Yeah.
Well, and we'll see. I mean, you know, they were.
I don't think they said his name.
I don't know.
Oh, wait, no, they did when he came in and the cool tracking shot. They said he survived.
Yeah, they announced.
They said his name like Darren Bob Idaho.
Darren Aronofsky.
I will say too, one of my things with Dune Part 2, which I think is a brilliant film, I was a little kind of saddened that we didn't get to spend a ton of time with Christopher Walken's character. So I'm glad we got to definitely spend a lot more time with the Emperor. But I like that inner conflict too. Like he knows, even though, you know, he's being kind of manipulated behind the scenes with the Sisterhood. I forgot the name of the one who was advising him that we saw burn up at the end. But she was great. But like, you know, he even had that great line, like, she's never swayed me wrong, but something that feels off. I love seeing that inner conflict between them. It just gives a different side, but also he's got to play politics and his wife's trying to, it's an interesting side to see the Emperor. Like he's got to try and rule and do the right thing, but also he's got all these different voices like coming at him, and he's like Gotta trust his inner gut too. I think that was an interesting way to ground the Emperor. You know
I
what
really
mean?
like that we also didn't hear what they were whispering to each other or to him. I like that sometimes we get like a subtitle, but other times it's just little finger twitches. Like they could let us in on enough without giving us too much, so the mystery feels palpable.
Yeah.
I also really like the Wizarding World school, like the Hogwarts they're in. Like I'm really
cool touch.
Like I'm really curious about these like young witches and training, and I liked the visuals are super intense on the prison, and that like an implication of how we treat them. It doesn't seem like very humanely. It doesn't feel like any. It doesn't seem like anyone's treated well. Like no one in
not
this,
a very pleasant future to live in.
like everyone, like from the prisoners to the witches to the royals, and they're trapped like in indentured servitude. Their arranged marriages that she has to marry a 9-year-old to leverage the future. Like
don't worry. Eventually, we'll get to the Dune skeleton crew where it's just like in the suburbs of this universe.
Don't you worry.
But
They'll burn
for
it
right
to the
now,
ground.
we are in like the most intense places where it does seem like only the most intense deeds are done.
Yeah, like even the one girl, the innocent eye, doe eyes, they called her at one point. Like
the empathetic.
Yeah,
one.
she's seen as weakness, and like that's so interesting. So I'm really curious, if that ever becomes a strength. I'm really curious what it's going to have to say about, power structures and like just everyone's so sad.
Yeah, well, and I think too, like it's cool to get that it's like you get the above perspective from obviously this character who is leading the Sisterhood now, but you're also going to be looking from the perspective next generation. And I like that the whole the way that they work is not precise in the same way. It's like, again, it's dilated over time, and so there are so many sort of tenuous aspects and elements. And I think that there's that little scene where they're debating about like, who should we elevate of our current class here, and what qualities should we be supporting? And there is that sort of that tension of like, well, if we pick the wrong person, like maybe their natural tendencies won't fall in line with ours, and we will have some kind of wrench in our gears. And it is like, it's not just such that you can force whatever plan or machination. You kind of have to set it in motion and then allow the ripples to ripple as they will and hope that kind of lands. It's like they can only choose the track. They can't really ensure 100% the outcome, because then you will have a rogue character like Bob Idaho who does seem to have some of that, extrasensory power
which I don't think we've seen.
I remember seeing that either.
Nobody been cooking people.
No. It reminded me conceptually of the idea in the Dune movies that like Paul is able to bridge the gap and has some of the Bene Gesserit abilities along with the rest of his skill set and his abilities as a leader and a warrior and whatever else. And so I wonder if this guy, if Bob Idaho, is some kind of proto version of that.
He also survived the Fremen. He survived the Fremen and the sandworms, which is a marker of the Lasan al Gaib. I'm wondering if there's like a different holy one of another time, and like maybe that's generational, like Matrix. And there's also an interesting like math of you're looking at centuries ahead, so planting those seeds. I'm really curious what the end game is other than Paul Atreides, because obviously they're going to have to tell a micro as compared to the macro of Dune. Like I'm really curious what that's going to land at, because like he's clearly important.
Yeah, and I'm sure I'm going to repeat this too throughout the episodes, but I love too how they were able to make this feel so cinematic for a TV show, from the production design to the scoping shots to the music. I doubt this was Hans Zimmer, but whoever the composer was.
It's one of his thousands of proteges.
Yeah, probably. But again, the music just elevated so many of the images and the interactions we were watching. It felt Dune-esque to me. So.
Yeah, it really nicely flows out of the movie's aesthetics, and it's very in line with that in a way.
Spice.
Yeah,
like Spice. Well, and two, in a way that certainly seems like the people making this show probably, hopefully, will be able to bring their own flair and flavors to that. But it is cool that it does so nicely match. It's you're 10,000 plus years removed from what we know of Dune now, so you can kind of have your cake and eat it too. It's like you can borrow what you want from that, but you can also introduce new or different elements to that. And it is cool to see this universe slightly less removed from the war against the intelligent machines and all that. I think, just at the outset of an episode like this, you want to have questions that you want to see answered, and I do. You want to see expansions on certain characters, and you want to feel that unease. I think this was smart. It's like you set up for this wedding that is going to clinch their plan for the next however many hundred years, and oh crap, that plan has now gone to
That
shit.
one glance
so what
as
are
soon
we
as he
gonna
said the
do?
gods, I was like, that kid dead. And that's such good acting on his part. Like,
and that twitching eye too.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh shit.
But I love how much that informed a moment. Like I'm just so impressed by the
visual storytelling,
the visual facial storytelling. Like a lot of the stuff has been said in glances, and it's really impressive. I really dug this. Dune is a really special world, so
it is.
I think the stakes were high for the show. So far, I'm very in.
Totally. Like this could have easily been pretty but fine, and I think
screensavers because there's pretty great screensavers in here.
100%. But I think at least as of right now, I'm hooked, and I'm hoping that it can just continue to deliver on that caliber of quality and to keep expanding. Like it seems like this is certainly a show that will be invested in exploring some of these philosophical, political, and otherworldly, ideas and themes and stuff like that. And that's, I think, what I'm most excited for now, because it's I think what we've all learned from the Rings of Power is that you can make something look pretty, but you need the real, deep writing to make it hit the way that I think something like this wants to hit. I think something like this wants to, in its own way, occupy a similar lane to a Game of Thrones, where it is like, rich political and mystical drama, plus, again, all the world building and cool shit that you want out of it. And I think that's, so far, it bodes well for all that.
What do you guys think? Next episode, we take a shot every time we see water?
That's right.
Do we make it to the third episode?
We take
we won't
a
make
drink of water.
I'll have to take a space Waymo like they did to the Spice Opium Lounge.
We gotta get
put
us some
spice in our water.
We gotta get some whale fur coats.
Whale fur. Loved the hierarchy too. How the rich people are going raving at opium dens. I think blue-eyed girl bartender is gonna be.
She gotta come back.
Yeah, she's gonna be a little kink in the hose of her being hose.
Oh God! And what's this gonna do to our newlywed princess?
Her
queen?
plan. We're gonna find out next week. That was
and
cool.
Is
man.
there gonna be like a war brewing now that this happened in the kingdom?
There's already a war going on in the kingdom,
and he's the one that
Bob
can see it. Bob Idaho sees it.
Yeah,
we're always on the brink. Gang, what did you think of this first episode? Are you excited for the rest of the season? Leave us your theories. If you got stuff from the actual books that is going to happen somehow, don't tell us that.
Please don't.
But if you leave us your thoughts on this, we'd love to hear from you. And check back in next week when episode 2 drops. Much love. Thanks for joining us.
Well, look who's coming up on a 1-year anniversary, people.
What do we got? Guito Galindo.
Guito Galindo actually has surpassed his. No. It'll be his 1 year. Am I reading this right?
As of shooting this, it is in a handful of days from now.
Okay, yeah. It'll be
a 1-year anniversary of your patronage here at the Real Rejects Patreon.
Has it been worth it? Wow, Guito. I'm so proud. Now I'm thankful for our 1-year anniversary, you sexy mother F word.
Dude.
Gosh.
Look at you. All growed up.
How much have things changed for you in the last year? Did you have a child?
No, probably.
Did you lose the child in a car accident?
Definitely. A lot of car accidents
Were they
last year.
killed in a car accident?
A lot of child death last year.
Did you go on a revenge spree against the drunk driver?
Who also died, so you killed their whole family instead.
Killed their whole family, then you landed in jail.
Oh, man.
And then afterwards, you broke out of jail by using a spoon. You carved it into the wall.
You bided your time for a whole year.
Time broke out in the rain, palms facing up towards the sky. But then you were mauled down by dogs, leaving you
horribly disfigured.
Blind in one eye.
Oh, no. At least you can still see your way to the keyboard with your good eye.
Yeah, because you are still
Got a
here.
pledge to maintain.
For losing an eye, becoming a serial killer, and losing a child. You
Quite
have
a
still
journey.
made it here, and so we are thankful for you.
Appreciate you.
Happy anniversary, Guido
man.
Galindo.